Really happy.
Yeah.
So excited.
Taylor, you're the lone senior of the group. What does this mean to you to finally to get there finally?
I was really sad when we had our last game against Missouri State, and all I was thinking was I didn't want season to be over. So at that point, I wasn't thinking like season was over because I was just hoping that we would be able to play again. So being able to go to the tournament and it being our first time and being able to make history and be a part of it is amazing.
Meg, what was your reaction?
I just followed the crowd. We all stood up and screamed really. Like, emotions were just running really high, so it was a really good moment for us.
How was it before the announcement?
Oh, we were all shaking. There's a few people grabbing onto each other, and yeah, it was a very nerve-wracking moment.
Was it more nerve-wracking a little bit just because they kind of waited to reveal Louisville kind of towards the end, so I'm sure it was kind of nail-biting a little bit?
Yeah, it was definitely nail-biting. Tara was marking down the teams that had been called, and what were there, like 10 teams left or something like that, so we were getting nervous, but I think we all had a pretty good idea that we were going to get picked, so it was just really high anxiety.
I know you guys didn't finish the NBC tournament the way you wanted to, but did you feel confident that you guys had the resume at least to warrant getting an at-large bid?
I think we did some really big things this year. We beat some really good teams, so yeah, we were pretty confident going into it.
What do you guys think about playing Illinois?
I'm excited. I have a friend that plays there, and we had played them once last year, was it? And we definitely didn't give them a good fighting like we could now. So I'm excited to play them, and it's going to be a good fight.
Hannah, how do you approach a match like this? Since you guys have never been there, is it kind of the same mentality?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you have to have the same mentality for every match, and I think we did this year, realizing that every team we played, especially in preseason, it was important to beat them and play well. And so just going into the tournament now, I think you just want to put out the best product that we can and just try to play the best volleyball of the year so far.
At the beginning of the season, you guys can make history, obviously. How do you guys feel now that you completed your goal?
I think when we didn't reach it the 2 times, we didn't win the conference and we didn't win the tournament, it was a bit of heartbreaking, but now that we've actually made it, like, it's really uplifting and we're glad that we reached the goal.
Taylor, what do you think it says about the Missouri Valley that you guys got 3 in?
I think we got 4 in. Yeah, we had 4 teams in, so I mean that just speaks about our conference as being we're great teams and it's a tough conference. So getting 4 teams in is really impressive, and it's a tough conference. All the games that we played, I mean, we were fighting for those. So speaks a lot about our conference, I think.
You guys like the fact you play in Louisville? It's fairly, for at least for you 2 guys.
Yeah.
At least it's, I would assume your families might be able to come.
Yeah, definitely. We also have one teammate that's from there, so that's kind of cool as well. But yeah, all my family, I'm sure they're all going to try to make the trip down there, so I'm excited.
Talk about, being under Justin Ingram for 4 years, Taylor, and you've seen him turn a last place volleyball team into an NCAA tournament team. What do you have to say about that?
Coming in my freshman year, I didn't know what was going to happen, but my first year here, we were able to make a complete change from the past year, and just the years being here, it's amazing what we've been able to accomplish and making history every year. So ending my career here and being able to go to the tournament I couldn't ask for anything else, so I'm really excited.
Like, do you feel like you guys have some unfinished business? You're wanting to end the season on a high note?
Yeah, of course. Our last 2 games, we didn't play as well as we wanted to, so we really want to go out showing how we can perform.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can they take off or?
Yeah.
You guys are good?
Thank you.
We'll get touch.
Okay, good.
See you tomorrow.
Oh. Well, I guess you knew you were getting in all the time, right? I wish I knew. I wish it was that easy. Yeah. It's incredibly suspenseful. The committee does a lot of work. The NCAA selection committee. They put a ton of time in, not just during this weekend, but throughout the course of the year. The committee members are very into watching as many matches as they can to make sure that the criteria that they're using matches up with what they're seeing. So they put a ton of time in, and we certainly appreciate the opportunity to be a part of the teams that are selected.
How do you feel going into the match against U5?
It's great. I think it's a great matchup for us. We played them last year, like Taylor said, and you know, it's a year older for this group. Most of the girls that were out there last year will be out there on the floor this year for us. You know, and there's a big difference in that a year does within talent level, within competitiveness, within skill sets. So, you know, Illinois is a tough competitor. They play in an incredibly challenging league in the Big Ten, and no doubt that we feel like we have the capabilities to play with any conference within this country.
You know, you guys set at the beginning of the season, you know, this motto, make history. Your goal was to get into the tournament. Now that it's come to fruition, you know, how do you put that into words?
That was their thing. The girls met without the coaches before the season started, and they said, this is what we're going to do. And to hear that kind of statement come from a group of athletes is empowering. And it's going to take a lot of work. And that was conveyed to all of them, that what we do this year has got to be completely different than what we've done in the past. We have to do more than what we've done. And they said, we know that, Coach. And there is no doubt that this is about the kids. This is about the athletes that we have here at SIU. This is about their successes. This is about them putting the work in the weight room, on the practice court, of course, on the competition court, let alone all the other activities that they do with community service and class as well. So, you know, they're putting tremendous work in. We have high character kids on the team, and it's not surprising that we keep building from where we began to where we're at right now.
You know, what did you say to them going into the selection show, and then what did you say after you guys found out?
You know, every so often there's a few teams with at-large hopes that get passed up, and anytime that you have incredibly high expectations and they don't get met, of course it's tear-jerking, gut-wrenching, everything. You have to be prepared for that. However, the body of work that we put in, our schedule, our non-con, our conference wins, our top 50 wins, our top 25 win against Dayton, the body of work was great, and could be compared to some of the better teams within this country. We feel great about what we've done and look forward to this coming weekend.
Do you feel this satisfies your vision of a winning culture?
Yeah, I think every year you keep improving. It's the minute that you want to stop learning is the minute that you keep going down. Every year there's new challenges. Every year you want to learn more. And I think as we build, this is a learning experience for this group, and something that next year, after Taylor Pippen, our lone senior, graduates, we'll be able to learn from the things that that are in front of us right now.
You got until Friday to prepare for Illinois. What are some of the things you guys are going to do this week?
Some of it's maintenance. We need to make sure we're doing the right things within the practice setting. Being able to train at least for a couple days, maybe a few days before we head out, will be important. We need to, of course, trade videos with Illinois and the latter opponents should we win that match. And there's a lot of preparation that has to go in. It's not on the court, but you know, whatever has to be done, we're in it. So we're going to be all in this week.
you like that you guys are playing in Louisville. It's pretty close. It's fairly close to here.
Yeah, they're going to do a great job hosting the event. They've done it in the past. They have a great facility in the Yum Center, and there's no doubt that when they're going to host this, they're going to do it the right way. They have 4 great competitors coming in, and I'm sure the fans will come out and join in with celebrating of the matches. Now, we do have one player, Ashley Edelin, from Louisville, so we're excited to get back to her hometown. We haven't done it yet within her 2 years, so good to be back in her neck of the woods. So for sure we'll have people rooting for the Salukis.
You talked all season about the strength of the conference, and now to get 4 teams in from Missouri Valley, what do you think it says?
Yeah, the conference is good. Every single match, and we talked about this throughout the course of the year, felt like who was going to play well that day, and that was the team that was going to earn that win. Any of these matches within this league could have gone either way, and the same thing could be said about the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament. Each match was incredibly competitive, very close match teams. The matchups are always challenging, and you play everybody twice or 3 times, so it's incredibly challenging conference. We're proud to represent the Valley. We're proud to represent one of the 4 teams that is in the NCAA tournament, and we're looking forward to the opportunity.
How would you describe the last 48 hours, just having to I guess, wait till tonight?
That's exactly it. A lot of waiting, a lot of controlling things that you can't control the process. I'm sure a lot has been decided within the past few hours, and nobody knows. So you're just anticipating and hopeful, and if chosen, proud to represent the institution, the athletic department, and certainly the volleyball team.
Coach, when you came in, you inherited the last place team virtually every year. In 4 years, you turned it around into a tournament caliber team. What have you learned in coaching over the last 4 years, personally?
There's a few things that are important. One of them, Tommy Bell is right over here, our athletic director, and it's about who you work for and who you work with. It means the most about your successes. It's incredibly important. You have to have that in place in order for any successes to happen. And the second thing, it's about the kids, it's about the athletes, and it's about their experience. And to be able to, one, have the right support within the administration to make sure that the volleyball team has successes, and 2, have the athletes that are in place to have the skill sets and the goal setting and the vision to have success. It's a perfect storm for great things to happen. So those 2 things have to be in place. They are here at SIU. I couldn't be more proud to be the coach and have this opportunity.
I assume you're all healthy. You'll have everybody on deck for the Friday game.
Everybody's healthy. There are no game-ending kind of injuries at this point, so the roster is pretty stable as of late, and so we look forward to lacing them up and getting out there and being healthy that whole time.
Are both Hannah and Meg going to be setting?
That's a great question. They did this last weekend. I would anticipate that is a possibility within the lineup that we use. However, as you saw, we're able to switch some things to have one setter within a different kind of system. So I think having both options is great. So you're not completely reliant on the one.
Do you approach this match any differently than you have other matches this season?
No, I don't think you can. Teams need to learn how to win. I think if you're fixated on the winning, you're going to fail. If you're fixated on the championship, you could also fail. You need to be fixated on the process of playing well. And that's our goal right now. Our goal is to put a good product out there. You heard Hannah Kaminsky say it. we want to be able to come into the locker room after the match is over and talk about how we played. And if there needs to be improvements, those are addressed. But it's all about that. How well had we played that match? And then the wins and the losses and the championships and everything else, they just happen. And you accept those and are gracious to when those happen, but it's about how we perform, how we play. The expectation's high to compete all the time, to have great communication, great demeanor, be a great teammate, and enjoy the ride.
Where does this tournament berth rank in your coaching career?
It's number one. Yeah, this is the first time. Yeah, it is loaded. This is the first time as a head coach that I've made the NCAA tournament. You know, I had gone as an assistant coach, and I'm so proud of this group, this team, for the accomplishments. As Tommy had said, it's immeasurable. It's you know, we'll look back later and think about it, you know, and right now we're just going to do what's in front of us and get after it on Friday.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Thanks.